Right guys, this is my BSA Super Rocket. It's a 1961 one. I acquired it in 2002. It's a lovely machine. I've spent a fair bit on it, but it's worth every penny. A lot of the work was done by SRM Engineering in Aberystwyth. They did the bike. I'll just go on the history of the bike first. When I first got it, I stripped the engine down and I found out that the piston rings were broken, so I had to get them redone. Also, while I was at it, I had the Colesberg guides and tough little valves fitted and stronger valve seats for the exhaust side for the unleaded. While it was there, it had the SRM needle roller conversion. Very good, worthwhile investment if you're planning on keeping these for a long time, lads, because you can fit that and forget about it. They're good for about 150,000 miles before they need replacing. What it is, it's a roller bearing and also a ball bearing as well, so it cuts out a lot of the flex on the crank, and also it's got the end feed as well, which pumps oil through the end of the crank, which makes it a lot better, more reliable for giving it plenty of oil. At the back there we've got the magneto, which has also been done. It's now got an electronic ignition in there, which is a good idea. So there's no points to worry about, or slip rings or anything like that. That's been done. We've got the magneto on the dynamo at the front. That's also a reconditioned one with a stainless steel strap on. A lot of the things on here are stainless. All the bolts have replaced with stainless steel, even the GZ ones, which are a lot better. And also they've got a slight lip on them as well, so they're a lot stronger. There, as you can see on the front, these are 3 piled arms, 3 rifles stood upright, well known trademark of BSA's. There's the BSA logo at the bottom there. As we go over to this badge here, we'll see it says BSA Motorcycles Limited, Birmingham, and then Birmingham Small Arms. So there's a bit of history about them. They did make a lot of rifles, and also they used to make a lot of big guns when the war was on. And then they transversed over to the bicycles, and then they thought, hey, let's put an engine in, and so they put an engine, and then it's all started from there, and they started building motorcycles. All the wheels have been relaced with stainless spokes and alloy rims, front and back. Nice tank on there, BSA Super Rocket tank. It's a single carb and a Mal monoblock 389 feeding the engine, the alloy head, which is well known on the Super Rockets. You have to look at the stamp underneath to know it's a genuine one. They have a certain number on them to tell you that it's a gen. Lovely alloy head, that. Rocker boxes separate, that comes off. It's a nightmare to get back on though, lads. Lining the push rods up is a pain in the neck, but I managed it. It took me nearly 5 hours, but I managed to get them back in. I did put a blob of grease on the end of them just so they'd stick to the rockers. There's another tip for you lads, put a bit of grease on the end of them. I've got the Durell push rods in there, which are a lot stronger, but the trouble with that is you can't use the comb, so I had to file the comb down to make them fit. There's the exhaust, you can see it's running well because there's no bluing on them. You look at the bottom there, there's the oil feeds into the engine, in and out. We've also got the SRM sump plate kit on there, special sump under there which is finned. It's got a little bolt with a magnet on which picks up any crap. Good idea that. But what I've done is, instead of using the SRM Allen bolts which you have to unscrew in and out, I've had some extra studs done, extra long. It's bolted up so I can take that off easily. Also we've got the SRM pressure release valve. Good idea. It's also the later one, what they used for the Triumphs with the domed head. The original ones would have been flat, but this is a dome one with a piston in it and a spring instead of a ball bearing, which is a good idea. As you can see on the Super Rockets, they had a thick flange barrel Thick flange means this bit here at the bottom was thicker, because when they had the thinner flanges they'd had a lot of trouble with them cracking, so they revised it and put a thicker flange on. As you can see, the front wheel has also been relaced and respoked. You've got the alley rims and the stainless spokes on there. Now these Super Rockets runs a game with an SL on the front, which I took off. I didn't like them, so I've got the Rocket Gold Star eyebrows on, holding the headlamp on, as you can see there, or should I say headlamp brackets. It's also got Gold Star internals on the forks, which are chromed. The original ones, believe it or not, was actually metal, which isn't a good idea for rust in this country. Moving on, we've got the Smith's chronometric speedo there, which is very nice. And that tells you your speed, but it works not like a normal rev counter where it goes up smoothly. This goes in increments like that. It moves up. That's another thing about these bikes. It's also got an amp meter on there to tell you how much voltage is being done. Moving on to the primary. In there is an SRM belt drive clutch, believe it or not. It's actually a 6-spring Suzuki clutch, which has been modified to run a belt on, so there's a belt drive in there, lads. So the clutch is a lot easier to use, nice and smooth. In the toolbox there's the Podtronics and everything for the 12 volts. I've also got under the seat two 6-volt batteries running in unison to produce 12 volts. There's the pancake filter on the carburetor. I think it's important to have a filter on. I've seen a lot of these classics without filters on, so they do suck up a lot of crap. There's the a10, which I acquired at Stafford a few years ago. I'm well chuffed with that. Got it for 25 quid. And it works. Lovely thing it is too. It just finishes the bike off nicely, that. And there's the rocker box again, and the alley head. You can see we've got the SRM rocker box feeder there. And billet, nice little thing it is. Go to the top of the rocker box. You'll see there's two pinned rocker box covers. Lovely touch. With stainless bolts and nuts on. Got two acorn nuts there, even them are stainless. I have put a lot of stainless on here, lads, so I can fit it and forget it, basically. It's had relined, it's been rebored back to standard. New rings and pistons. It's got the 357 clutch, the 357 cam in, which is a Spitfire cam. And now I'll start it up for you, lads. The kickstart ready. Get the kickstart ready there. You push down on it till you feel the bite, and then open the throttle up a little bit and give it a prod. There you go. Started first kick. First kick started. I'm looking here. The oars returning. Should see a squirt coming out. That oil coming out there. Should return into the tank. I always check that. Make sure there's enough oil going through the engine. Tight as well. There you go. See, it's running like a bullet. That wheel actually spins round with the engine running. I really like the baby. Lovely machine, lovely. There it is, lads. Super Rocket a10 1961. There you go, lads. Have a look on the tank. There's the Super Rocket logo. VSA. Lovely machine, lovely. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, lads. It's Dynamite saying bye for now. Bye.